Welcome back. In today's video, we're going to move into understanding how our language can sometimes create psychological resistance in those we communicate with, and how can we create safety instead. From the last video, did you look for some of your communication errors with how you communicate with your coworkers, your clients, your spouse, your children? What did you notice? Write those down and observe those as we move into some of these power tools. Now, how I want to get started today is the most important things we can do as leaders and salespeople. In fact, old-fashioned sales techniques would say, I'm crazy. What's the most important thing we can give them as we propose an idea or a concept or a product? The most important thing we can give to them is permission. Permission to say yes and permission to say no. If we give them permission to say no, that does not win for me, we also give them permission to say yes. Most people think, you're crazy. This also creates peace in them when they have permission to come to a winning decision. Now, what we're really doing is creating psychological comfort. What do I mean by this? What does it mean by psychological comfort? Comfort, or being comfortable, is a sense of physical or psychological ease, often characterized as lack of hardship. Now, persons who are lacking in comfort are uncomfortable and can experience discomfort, or in other words, resistance. The opposite of psychological comfort is resistance. Now, if our clients had less resistance, what would happen for us? If our family members had less resistance, what would happen for them? If our employees experienced less resistance, what would happen in their lives? And what would that ultimately do for you as a leader, as a salesperson? Now, I'd like to take a moment here and refer back to a previous video series, Behavior Matrix. We have the 4 different behavior styles. I'd like to share with you a few tactics I like to use to create psychological comfort when speaking to these 4 different behavior styles, starting with my promoters. Again, my promoters are the more dominant, informal group. They are my gregarious monkeys, my people, my fun people. When I communicate with them, I want to allow a lot of time for discussion, to not get impatient when they go off on tangents. When I share an idea, I'm going to focus in on the why of the idea. They love the why of the idea, innovation, cutting edge. Adjusting to now my supporters, they are my informal flows with group. These are my helpers of the world, my people of the world. They are the ones who want to do everything for everyone. I'm going to allow a lot of time for small talk when communicating with them, creating comfort by asking about them, showing that I really care, following through and following up on how they're doing. They are more the who people, and so I'm going to ask and focus in my idea on who else is involved. Now to my directors. They are my formal dominant behavior style. These are the leaders of the world, the lions of the world. They are the cut to the chase kind of people. Be specific and brief. State your best recommendations. They are the what people. Cut right to the what is the task, the service, or the product that you're wanting to propose to the directors. And finally, our clarifiers. These are my formal flows with behavior style. And with my wise old owls, I want to focus on organization, pros and cons, a lot of facts, a lot of data, a lot of information. These are my how people. We want to learn to talk directly to the behavior style of the people we lead and we work with so they can create as much comfort for them to come to a winning decision. Today, I'd like you to recognize the behavior style and the communication of those you work with and those you love so that you can help them to get the right message you are sending. Up next, we're going to talk about powerless words and how to avoid them. We're going to step into actual words we want to use so that we can be sending the right message. We'll see you there.